Hey guys, it's Tony with Backwoods Biker Magazine and Wood Tramp Outdoors. This is part number 3 on my own personal blades. This is going to cover folders and neck knives. Hang tight. Alright guys, welcome back. As I've said in a couple of videos, I've been asked about the personal blades that I might take out into the bush with me, and why I chose them, etc., etc. And this is part number 3 on folders and neck knives. So I'm going to get right into that. This happens to be the knives that I personally like and I will personally take out. So let me start that off with you here, and I'm going to show you the number one blade that I carry with me. And I've carried this knife for the last 2 years. It happens to be made by Columbia River Knife and Tool, CRKT. This is the Kit Carson version of the M2104G. And the reason that I have just fell in love with this is because it is one heavy-duty, rugged folding knife that can actually serve me as well as any secondary knife that I might want to carry. When Kit Carson put this together, of course he's no longer with us, he had tactical / survival in mind. The frame on the knife is heavy, the blade is very stout, the construction, the inner frame, everything about this thing says work me hard, and I have for 2 years. The blade is still integral, still takes an edge very, very quickly, and it retains an edge for a very, very long time. And you can get this off of Amazon right now, this particular model, for less than 50 bucks. You know, just remember that as we carry on here. So that's probably my favorite, really. Next up is the 2020 folder of the year. This is the Greyman Tiga. Titanium scales. I forget what the steel is made out of this, but it's bad to the bone. I mean, this is a heavy-duty knife that will take a beating, and I have done everything with this that you can imagine. Mike is a former operator, and he builds usually tactical style knives, and even his fixed blade knives are just really out of this world. They're beautiful, but this is on the pricier end. I believe this is like $4.75 for this particular knife. A lot of people cringe at that, but this is a lifetime heirloom knife, that's for sure. But that's another one that I carry. And then this is one that I got to be honest with you, I haven't done a lot of work with this because we have designated this knife to be a gift to one of our deploying servicemen. But this is made by Marty Young from Marty Young Knives down in Kentucky. This is his Bobcat model. And when we first saw this knife, I thought, man, look at this. This looks a lot like Kit Carson's work. Well, after talking to Marty, I find out that he learned from Kit Carson. So that's why you see a lot of Kit off in this knife. But I mean, you're talking about impeccable construction, impeccable materials. The knife performs very, very well. And I think this is in the $375 range as well, so it might be a little pricey, but if you like this, the lighter weight knives, and I'll tell you this, he is submitting another one to us, more of a tactical / survival knife for this year's folders that we are showing to everybody this year. But man, I mean, you're talking just a wonderful little knife right here. So that's another one that I like. And then I'll show you this one here. I got this out, and the reason I did this is a Spyderco. And I forget the model. I don't know if it's on here. It says Spyderco 8CR13 MOV. That is the steel, obviously, and it's got something else written down here that is really small that I just can't read. And then over here it says made in China. Yeah, these are China's made knives. But it's super sharp. But I would not take this out in the field. I'd carry it with me if I was working in the factory, cutting boxes, cutting tape, cutting rope. But it is a light duty knife. And the first time that you had to whack it with something to cut through a branch of some sort, yes, that does happen out in the bush. I don't know that this is going to be able to withstand that. It's a stout little knife, and this is under $100 as well. But it's not something I would carry, to be honest with you. I'm too rough on my folders, but for those of you that are looking for something tight and light, that guy right there is there. Now, I want to show you another knife. This is made by We Knives, and this happened to come to me in a battle box. I think it was the December issue. But We Knives has quickly gained a reputation of being one of the premier folder companies in the entire world. And I mean, you saw how fast that deployed, just one little finger like that. I consider this to be more of a gentleman's knife. Out on a Saturday night, slip it into your pants pocket, those nice jeans, or you got a pair of slacks on or whatever. I would not carry this out in the bush no more than the man in the moon, for the same reason I told you I wouldn't carry this one out in the bush either. I don't think that this could handle it. People from We Knives might argue the point with me, but you make great knives, but you got to keep it in the wheelhouse. And I know that you probably make other knives that are designed to be out in the bush. This isn't the guy, though. I mean, I would argue that point with anybody. But is it a nice knife? You absolutely can count on that. It's a knife. It's a great knife, and they have impeccable materials. They have great designs. But it's like any piece of gear. It has to be applicable to the area that you're going to be in to use it. So whenever you're putting your kit together, you're going to slip a knife down in your pocket. I would reach for this $40 knife or $50 knife a whole lot quicker than I'd reach for this knife, because this guy is tried and true. All right. Now let's move on to a couple other smaller knives. This one again is made by Tops, and it came via a battle box because Curran 1776. They went in collaboration with him and built this nice neck knife. It could be a small belt knife as well, but it's designed here to carry around your neck. I don't always carry a neck knife. Sometimes I do, and this would be one that I wouldn't be ashamed of carrying. That's why I still got this thing. I've not taken it out into the bush yet. We did test the knife, and man, it's great quality. It's a very quality little knife. Now the knife that I do, and I think this guy here is less than $80. Okay, nice little knife. And then the other neck knife, the one that I do carry a lot when I'm out in the bush, is made by my friend again, Dean Hazuka. All his knives look a lot the same, but that's just his signature. But this is a small little patch style knife. You see that? It has the same steel, 1095 steel, same finish on it, same bird's eye maple scales. But this happens to be a knife that fits so well in a hand. It's great for skinning. It's great for processing game and food, vegetables at the campsite. Whatever you might be doing, your small little tasks, this guy here is the real deal. And when this hangs around your neck, as you'll see here, it hangs with the handle up. A lot of guys just want to reach up and pull that down. And I have been with people out in the bush that went to reach for their knife that was hung upside down, a lot like this particular one is from Tops, and the knife was gone because it fell out of the sheath. Okay, this knife is never going to fall out of the sheath. I've carried this. I've climbed with it. I've been up and down hills and valleys and rows and through streams, and I've fallen down in streams, and reached for my knife, making sure it's still there, as snug as a bug in a rug. So those are the small knives that I have in my possession. Again, this one is going to go to my guy, I'm not even going to tell you his name, but as soon as he gets back from being deployed, we're going to give him this knife and tell him thank you from Backwoods Biker and Marty Young for your service. So we'll do a video on that too. All right, so those are the small knives right there, you know, so hope that help you out when you go to look for one. Until next time, you guys ride free, you live free. Be safe out there.